Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी परमानन्दपाठाय प्रेमवर्षि अक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमस्तुते कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रिये गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. We are reading Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto number 8, chapter number 6. The demigods and demons declare a truce or a peace. So, yesterday we were discussing that how only through bhakti one can attain the Supreme Lord, not through mental jugglery, not through anything else. And bhakti is done, we discuss different aspects in the association of devotees under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, reading and following the Guru Sadhu Shastra, and chanting the holy names. So let's see what the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and Shiva, when they had the darshan of the Supreme Lord, what else they spoke. Text number 13, 8.6. तं त्वां वयं नाथ समुज्जिहानम् सरोजना भाति चिरेपा सत्स्तार्थम् दृष्ट्वा गता निवृत्तम् आद्य सर्वे गजादवारात् इव गङ्गम् अम्भः. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Elephants afflicted by a forest fire become very happy when they get water from the Ganges. Similarly, O my Lord, from whose navel grows a lotus flower, since you have now appeared before us, we have become transcendently happy. By seeing your Lordship, whom we have desired to see for a very long time, we have achieved our ultimate goal in life. Purport: the devotees of the Lord are always very eager to see the Supreme Lord face to face, but they do not demand that the Lord come before them, for a pure devotee considers such a demand to be contrary to devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches this lesson in Shistashtaka, Adarshana Marmahatam Karotu Va. The devotee is always eager to see the Lord face to face, but if he is broken-hearted because he cannot see the Lord, even life after life, he will never command the Lord to appear. This is again a sign of pure devotion. Therefore, in this verse, we find the word Ati Chira Ipsita Artham, meaning that the devotee aspires for a long, long time to see the Lord. If the Lord, by his own pleasure, appears before the devotee feels extremely happy, as Dhruva Maharaj felt when he personally saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord, he had no desire to ask the Lord for any benediction. Indeed, simply by seeing the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj felt so satisfied that he did not want to ask the Lord for any benediction. Swamin kritartho asmi varam na yache. A pure devotee, whether able or unable to see the Lord, always engages in the Lord's devotional service, always hoping that at some point, sometime, the Lord may be pleased to appear before him so that he can see the Lord face to face. Hare Krishna. So, what's the effect of the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What is the darshan? What is the effect? One becomes very, very happy, transcendently happy. That's the effect. One of the names of Lord, as you were discussing today, is Ananda Vardhana. He increases the joy. Krishna's name form qualities. See, whenever we are chanting, doing blissful kirtan, hearing Hari Katha, it's so joyful. It's so auspicious. It's an occasion. It's a festival. Anything in connection with Krishna is festival. Kirtan is a festival. Festival of holy name. Janmashtami festival. Narsimha Chaturdashi festival. Because it is so joyful. Krishna is the source of all pleasure. So therefore, whenever we see, and I'm sure we all have experienced it at some point, no matter how big our sorrows may be, whenever we go in front of deities, we feel so happy. That's the effect of the darshan of the Lord. That as the elephants stuck in a forest fire feel relieved and joyful when they enter into the water body, or in particular here mentioned as Mother Ganga. Similarly, the Lord is like that Ganges in the material world, samsara dava nalali loka. When we take shelter of the process of bhakti, including the darshan of the Lord, it's like taking refuge from uh, that ocean of suffering or the material forest fire, and taking the cooling glances of the Lord. So that's very, very, everyone became very happy by seeing the Lord. They had desired for a very, very long time. It's another very important point that we cannot demand, hey Krishna, I really want you to come. Devotee does not demand. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj used to say this: don't try to see Krishna. Try to serve Krishna so Krishna wants to see you. That's what happened here. We can't say Krishna, I'm worthy recipient of your mercy. Those who feel worthy are the most unworthy. Those who feel they are the most unworthy are actually worthy in the eyes of the Supreme Lord. So, when we serve Krishna with sincerity, then Krishna will certainly shower his glances, his darshan. And then, Prabhupada is quoting Chaitanya Charitamrita also, so Chaitanya Shishtastakam, that whether the Lord gives darshan, sometimes he may give, sometimes he may not give for many, many years, lifetimes. Again, we cannot demand. We can only beg as a beggar. So, the devotee feels extremely happy. And Dhruva Maharaj was extremely happy. He did not ask, Lord, give me this. Na yachi. I am not asking anything. Just by having your darshan, I am completely satisfied. All the desires are fulfilled. I'm transcendently happy. So that's the power of having the darshan of the Lord. And the Lord appears in the form of holy name, in the form of books, in the form of deities, in the form of spiritual master, in the form of prasadam, so many ways. And therefore, we feel happy when we connect with devotees, when we serve Vaishnava, serve Guru, honor prasadam, or serve the deities, celebrate festivals. etc. Any other comments, any questions anyone has? Okay, raise your hand if you would like to read and have not read the last couple of days. Text number 14. Would someone like to read who has not read the last few days this week? So everyone has read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Can I please read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Dandavat Pranam everyone. Text 14. Satvam vidat swakila lokapala vayam yad artha tava padamulam samagataste bahir antaratman kim vanya vigyapam ashesha shakshina. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. My Lord, we the various demigods, the directors of this universe, have come to your lotus feet. Please fulfill the purpose for which we have come. You are the witness of everything, from within and without. Nothing is unknown to you, and therefore it is unnecessary to inform you again of anything. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 13.3, Kshetragyam cha pimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. The individual soul are proprietors of their individual bodies, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the proprietor of all bodies. Since he is the witness of everyone's body, nothing is unknown to him. He knows what we need. Our duty, therefore, is to execute devotional service sincerely, under the direction of the spiritual master, Kṛṣṇa. By his grace, will supply whatever we need in executing our devotional service. In the Krishna consciousness movement, we simply have to execute the order of Krishna and Guru. Then all necessities will be supplied by Krishna, even if we do not ask for them. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is a wonderful verse telling us about the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his omniscience, where he knows everything. He's the knower of the whole universe. Not even a blade of grass can move without his sanction. So he knows past, present, and future. So the demigods here are praying. There's no reason to reiterate their problem to the Lord, because he's present in everyone's heart, and he's the knower of everything that's happening. And the demigods say that they are the directors of the universe, and they're not the proprietors, because the Lord has given them a service to direct the universe, but everything belongs to the Lord. He's the creator. So so from this verse we can understand the position of the Lord, and how the best way to conduct ourselves is to act in a way that the Lord wants us to act, or because the Lord always knows what we need. Yeah, he does not always give us what we want, but when we surrender to him and want to be a mere instrument for the Lord, he gives us all the facilities required to complete that service. And the biggest example is Prabhupada himself, who is writing this purport. He came with 40 rupees, and he then was able to construct 101 temples, 108 temples all around the world. So what better example, leading by example, Prabhupada is, when he writes this verse, he has already shown us how it is done. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please, if you'd like to add or correct.
Thank you. I'm still as true. So after speaking a lot of prayers, even if we have to ask, we have discussed this. First, they prostrated, then they offered many prayers from text number 8 onwards. We are at text 14 now. And even before that, they offered prayers. Before darshan, they offered prayers. They had darshan, they prostrated, they offered prayers. Now they are coming to the purpose they have come. And they're not even directly revealing it. The Lord, you know everything. What can we tell you? You not only know past, present, and future. I know only maybe I am thinking what I'm thinking in my mind. I can tell. I can't tell what others are thinking. But the Lord knows about. He's the supreme Kshetrajna. He is infinite. We are Anu. He is Vibhu. We are infinitesimal. He is infinite. He knows. He is the most intelligent. One of the opulence of the Lord. So, in the last two lines of the purport, I really like. In the Krishna consciousness movement, what we have to do, we have to simply execute the order of Krishna and Guru. Then all the necessities will be supplied by Krishna, even if we do not ask for them. Very nice. So this is very important. A pure devotee does not really ask for anything. He is busy in service. Whatever is best for the Lord will arrange. In the life of devotee, there is nothing inauspicious. In my calculations, it may appear to be inauspicious, but in the life of devotee, there is nothing called inauspicious or bad, because Krishna is orchestrating it. So how can the Supreme Well-Wisher do anything bad? So it's never bad. It is all an arrangement to help us to improve our surrender to the Lord. I was hearing some lectures, and I'll share one story about His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, if you allow. One time, someone asked him, Maharaj, how do we deal? How are you so grateful to people who trouble you, or who are envious of you, or who criticize you, or who speak ill about you, or who speak harsh words to you? How are you not at all angry towards them, and are always so peaceful and kind and compassionate? And then he replied, well, we pray to the Lord, Lord, please help me to become humble. Please help me to become more tolerant, more humble, right? We all pray, or should pray. And then the Lord arranges for these persons who will be tough upon us, either by speaking harsh to us, or by criticizing us, or whatever. Then only the test will be there, and then only that there is chance to understand how much humble I really am. If everyone is saying, oh, Shubhlas Prabhu, you're great. Oh, you give this, you do that, you do it. And then I'll really think, oh, I'm really great. Then what is the question of humility here? But if someone speaks harshly, and then to be kind to those who are tough upon us, that's a sign of humility. To love those who love us is not humility. To be kind to those who are kind to us is not something great. Everyone will naturally do that. If I speak good about you, you speak good about me, what's the question of humility? What's the question of tolerance here? So Maharaj said, they are instrument by the Lord to purify me, to make me more tolerant, humble. So they are my teachers. And how can I be angry upon my teachers? I should be grateful to my teachers. So I don't know how I reached to that story. But yeah, in the life of a devotee, there is nothing bad. So this, if we have faith, again, faith is a gradual thing. We need to, if we have faith, Krishna, I'll do my best. Rest is in your hand. So it will help us to increase our surrender. It will help us to improve our faith. It will help us to be more dependent on the Lord, not dependent on my own capabilities. Yes, we have to do our needful. That doesn't mean we completely take an abrupt jump and just stop doing all our material duties and stuff. We have to do the needful, but be more surrendered to God. There is so much anxiety. Oh, what will happen if this happens? Who will be the new president? What will be the new president doing? How will the visa laws change? Will I go back? Will I stay in my job? What if I go to India? What if I stay here? Will I get green card? Will I get this? So much anxiety. This is, or even those who have, living in India, living in US, living in Europe is not the question. If Krishna wants us to arrange here, no one can stop. If Krishna wants me to live in X city, Y city, Z city, no one can stop that. All this is, whatever the Lord is doing is best for us because He loves us, because He cares for us. So He's arranging the best plan for us, whether this job or that job or no job, whether this city or that city or whatever city. So we should do our needful, but be dependent on the Lord. Otherwise, we will be too much carried away with so much unnecessary stress. Any other comments, questions? Okay, next verse, text number 15. Anyone wants to read? It's not read. It's a longer one, so maybe we'll read in two parts. Who has not read? Yes, Ekant
Hare
too.
Krishna.
Yes.
I can read, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Text 15. Aham Kristascha Suradhyoye Dakshadyognir Iva Khetavaste Kimva Vidam Sha Pritag Vibhatam Vidatsvasam No Vijaya Devam Mantram. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. I, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the demigods, accompanied by the Prajapatis like Daksha, are nothing but spark illuminated by you, who are the original fire. Since we are the particles of you, what can we understand about our welfare? O Supreme Lord, please give us the means of deliverance that is suitable for the Brahmanas and demigods. Purport. In this verse, the word Dvijaya Deva Mantram, Dvija Deva Mantram is very important. The word mantra means that which delivers one from the material world. Only the Dvijas, the Brahmanas, and the Devas, demigods, can be delivered from the material existence by the instruction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a mantra and is suitable for delivering the conditioned souls from the mental speculation. The conditioned souls are engaged in a struggle for existence. Mana stan स्थाननिद्रयानि प्रकृते स्थानि karisthi. Deliverance from this struggle constitutes the highest benefit, but unless we get a mantra from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, deliverance is impossible. The beginning mantra is the Gayatri mantra. Therefore, after purification, when one is qualified to become a Brahmana, Dvija, he is offered the Gayatri mantra. Simply by chanting Gayatri mantra, one can be delivered. The mantra, however, is suitable only for the Brahmanas and the demigods. In Kali Yuga, we are all in a very difficult position in which we need a suitable mantra that can deliver us from the dangers of this age. Therefore, Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Lord Chaitanya gives us the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namai Kevalam. Kalau nastye eva nastye eva gatir anyatha. Can I stop here, Prabhu?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, any Matajis? Lakshmi Mataji, want to read rest to the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, a second read. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. In his Sikshashtakam, Lord Chaitanya says, Param Vijayade Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glory is to the chanting of Shri Krishna Sankirtana. The Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is directly chanted by the Lord Himself, who gives us this mantra for deliverance. We cannot invent any means to be delivered from the dangers of material existence. Here, even the demigods, such as Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the Prajapatis, such as Daksha, are said to be like illuminating sparks in the presence of the Supreme Lord, who is compared to a great fire. Sparks are beautiful as long as they are in the fire. Similarly, we have to remain in the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always engage in devotional service. For then we shall always be brilliant and illuminating. As soon as we fall from the service of the Lord, our brilliance and illumination will immediately be extinguished or at least stopped for some time. When we living entities, who are like sparks of the original fire, the Supreme Lord, fall into a material condition, we must take the mantra from the Supreme Personality of Godhead as it is offered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, we shall be delivered from all difficulties of this material world. Back to you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Kanti, Lakshmi Mataji, for reading. So Brahmaji is speaking this. Please tell us what's the solution. Give us that mantra. In this day and age, even in English, even in the it's what's your mantra for success, right? They say like that. What's your secret sauce? What's your mantra for attaining wealth? What's your mantra for being successful, or what's your mantra for being fit and healthy? But real mantra, mantrayate iti mantra. Man is mind. Tra means to relieve. The one which relieves us, or that one which delivers us from the material world, is really mantra. It's not the mantra to get well. It's not the mantra to bind us in the material world. Mantra to get lots of wealth. It's like paradox, right? The mantra itself means to free from material world, and mantra to bind us in the material world. It's like a paradox. So not understanding what does mantra mean. Like same with yoga, the yoga is to connect to Supreme Lord, but there these days so much different types of things going on. But nonetheless, the point here is that we are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So here, Lord Brahma, Shiva, and demigods, what are they like? They are like the spark of the fire. Very, very clear. And I'm not speaking this, Tom, Dick, Harry is speaking this, Brahmaji himself is speaking this. And not only he's speaking it here, he has spoken it at 10 different places in the Bhagavata. So it's not, accidentally he forgot who he really is. So this shows the true identity. Who is Kṛṣṇa? Often people say, why is Kṛṣṇa God? Well, Brahmaji himself is speaking, Shivaji himself is speaking, demigods himself are speaking. But still we have a problem. Why? Because we don't read Bhagavad. So please guide us. What can we understand about our well-wisher? Nate vidu swarth gatim hi Vishnu. Prahlad Maharaj speaks this, that I do not even know what is my swa-artha. Artha means benefit. Swa-artha, what is my real benefit? Nate vidu. Most people don't even know what is real benefit. Therefore, when they go to the Lord, what they will ask mostly, oh, give me good wealth, good wife, good son, good daughter, good family, good this, good home, good car, good this. Not knowing that very, very rarely someone will ask, Lord, give me Krishna Prema. Give me your Prema Bhakti. Give me devotion to serve Vaishnavas. Very rare souls ask for that. That is real thing. So Brahmaji is speaking, you know better for us. You know, you are our true well-wisher. You tell us what is, we don't even know what's our true welfare. You please give us the mantra that is suitable for us, or the solution, which will free us. And what is that mantra in Kali Yuga? Eko mantrastasya namani yani. Adi Shankaracharya. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Keva. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. So, chanting of the holy name. Very, 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 very important in this day and age. All the great souls, all the teachers, all the acharyas have emphasized on that. So everyone must chant at least 2 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And as we mature, as we start doing it, we can gradually increase from 2 to 4, 4 to 8, and then to at least 16 rounds. If we seriously want to take this process of bhakti. And then comes the initiation, the beginning, official initiation. And so some of you already know, but again, this topic has come, so I'd like to reiterate that chanting in association of devotees is really helpful. So in the morning, we do this japa call from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Most of you are joining, some of you are joining, but I would encourage and try to inspire others also to please join. Chanting in the Brahma Muhurta hours is very, very important. It is the time of mode of pure goodness. So please try. Even if you join for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, it's fine. Even if you want to join with chant 2 rounds with us, it's fine. Or 3 rounds with us, it's certainly your call. You don't have to sit for the whole 2 hours. You can sit at your home, at your comfortable chair, or whatever you feel. But a routine will help. I personally feel a lot benefited from this, so I'm just sharing. If anyone wants to join, I can certainly add you. Basically, it's the same link. Just connect to the Zoom for anytime between 5 to 7 a.m. any day, Monday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, whatever. So please try. I mean, I'm sincerely requesting you. It will, well begin is half done. When you chant in the morning, you will feel your day is so nice. The day will get longer. You'll feel so happy and content. And it's like His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu was mentioning recently in his class. Hey, the world is running these days after what? Everyone is looking for what? In this situation, guess what? Everyone is waiting for what to come.
Vaccine.
Yes, vaccine. Everyone is searching for vaccine, right? And from this corona, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu said, we have the vaccine from the birth and death. Bhagavad Gita. The mantra is actually the vaccine from birth and death to deliver from the material world. So you should take it with great enthusiasm. And not only take it, but also distribute it. Bhagavad Gita is the vaccine. So, holy name is the vaccine from And Prabhupada mentions it's like the immunization, and you will certainly feel it. When we chant sincerely, we feel immune. When we go out to office or in the material world, we feel so immune that that's like an armor. It's like our kavach. The material energy uh, cannot harm a person who is sincerely doing strong sadhana. Any comments, questions, additions? Okay, let's read one more verse. Who has not read, would like to read?
I can read. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna devotees. Sri Shuka Vacha Evam Vrinchadibir Idatastad Vijnaya Tesam Hridayam Vadyatya Yataiva Jagada Jumuta Gabriya Gira Badan Jalan Samrata Sarvakarakan. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami continued, when the Lord was thus offered praise by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, he understood the purpose for which they had approached him. Therefore, in a deep voice that resembled the rumbling of clouds, the Lord replied to the demigods, who all stood there attentively with folded hands. So this verse is just continuing. All the demigods, they offered their prayers to Lord Brahma, headed by Lord Brahma. They offered the prayers to Supreme Lord, and the Supreme Lord, who knows everything, knows why they came there. So he replied in a deep voice. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Quite straightforward. The Lord is going to speak now. But the important point here to note is they stood there attentive with folded hands. So basically, in a submissive way, they are receiving the instructions of the Lord. It's a sign of submission, sign of humility, sign of eagerness to hear from the Lord. So it's a very nice point. Okay, one last verse and then we will pause today. Text 17. Would someone like to read?
Can I try, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. एक एश्वरारस्तस्मिन् सुराकार्ये सरेश्वरः विहर्तु कामास्तन्धा हरे कृष्ण एकेश्वरारस्तस्मिन् सुराकार्ये सरेश्वरः विहर्तु कामास्तान् आह समुद्रोन्मन्थमात्महीन. Hare Krishna. The meaning. Translation. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of Demigods, was capable of performing the activities of the demigods by himself, he wanted to enjoy pastimes in churning the ocean. Therefore, he spoke as follows. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for reading. So, Shukdev Goswami is mentioning the adjective used here is for the Supreme Lord as the Ek Eva Ishvara. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Yare Yache Na Chaye Se Tache Karin Nritya. Eka Eva He is the supreme Lord of all lords, the master of all masters. Arasabha Bhritya, rest all our servants. We just read. Brahma said, me, Shiva, all these demigods are like the particles of fire from the fire. So we are subordinate to you, my Lord. Then we heard too the Lord, why he comes and does so many pastimes to expand his rasa. He wanted to enjoy the pastimes of churning of the ocean. Samudra Manthana. Samudra Un Manthana. Mathana. Dadi Manthan we know. Mata Yashoda churning butter. So Samudra Manthan. That's the whole pastime which will come. The Lord wanted to enjoy that. Of course, we will see what that pastime is in great detail later. But here Shukdev Goswami is mentioning. So he spoke. Maybe we can read 18th verse also and then we can pause here. We have a few minutes. Okay, one last verse for today. Anyone? Anyone wants to read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
श्री भगवान उवाच हन्त ब्रह्मणो शम्भो हे देवा मम भाषितं शृणुतावहिताः सर्वे श्रेयो वः स्याद यथा सुरः. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods, please hear me with great attention, for what I say will bring good fortune for all of you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very, very important. The words of Supreme Lord brings great fortune in the life. The Lord himself is speaking. How should we hear? The Lord is telling. Please hear with great attention. So, what is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Not different from Kṛṣṇa. Each and every word is not different from Kṛṣṇa. So we must hear with great attention. It will bring the greatest fortune. What is the greatest fortune? Prema Bhakti. That's a real fortune. The real fortune is not to get millions and billions of dollars. Real fortune is to get the love for Kṛṣṇa. That's the Pancham Purushartha. Purushartha Shiromani, the crest jewel of all the Purushartha. To get unalloyed Kṛṣṇa Prema. Who will get that? Shrutva, Shrunat, Shrunu, Shrutva, Shrunuta. Avahitaha. So we must hear with great attention the words of scripture, the words of sadhus, the words of spiritual master, the words of Srila Prabhupada. They're all transcendental. Shreya, right? We discuss Shreyas and Prayas. Because that's what they ask for. What is for our real well-wish, real good fortune? You tell us that. Don't give us some prayas. So prayas means short-term benefit, long-term suffering. Like for example, eating unhealthy junk food. It may give some short-term pleasure to the tongue. Oh, very nice, this fried or junk food. But long term, if one continues to eat that, one will get unhealthy and diseased and sick. On the other hand, eating some bitter gourd, karela, or some green spinach, it may not be very palatable to the tongue for most people, but long term it will give a lot of benefits. So, Shreya, this is the real thing. Arjuna also adds, Yat Shreyasya Nishchitam Rohitan me Bhagavad Gita 2.7. Don't give me prayers, give me real thing. So, the words of the Supreme Lord, the words of spiritual master, the service of the Supreme Lord and service to the Guru is the real Shreyas. It will bring all good fortune. And there are unlimited examples. Whoever has heard the words of their Guru and followed them, the words of Krishna and followed them, rest be assured there is nothing but good fortune in that person's life. Any other comments, questions, additions before we end today's? Anyone wants to add or share anything before we pause?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Ji.
As you were saying in one of the translation of the purport that mantra is just related to like mind and your heart. I'm not sure about it. Like when we say man is mind and antara means your heart feeling. So it's just like a man and antara, like your inner feeling, something like that.
Mantra.
Like you are thinking.
Mantra, the one which delivers us from the material world. The one which delivers. Because why are we caught up in the material world? Because the mind is caught up, right? The mind wants to enjoy, the senses want to enjoy, the intelligence is corrupted. The mind does not want to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So delivering the mind is basically, if the mind is properly situated, Savai Manah Kṛṣṇa Padaravindayo, right? If the mind is situated in the lotus feet of the Lord, that person is delivered. Period. That means the senses are situated in the activities of the Lord, service of the Lord. That person is free. If one is continuously engaging one's mind and senses in the service of the Lord. So, yes, the whole attachment is basically mind only. This corrupted mind, which does not want to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So, at some places, Prabhupada is mentioning that it delivers the mind. Here, Prabhupada is mentioning that delivers us from the material world. Basically, the same thing. Because the root cause of attachment or suffering in the material world is because of the mind not taking shelter of the Supreme Lord, or mind forgetfulness, or thinking ourselves as the real doer. Ahankara Vimudatma. So, does that?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandat Pranam. May I please add something?
Yes, Mataji. Oh, I didn't know you were there to this number. Thank you, Mataji. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why it shows like that nowadays. Okay. Hare Krishna. So, Kirti Mataji, very nice question. Prabhupada says, mantra means when you are delivered from that concoction, speculating way of your mind. Again, this is one of the meanings. And you come to the transcendental platform. That is the effect of mantra. Of course, it elsewhere also says that man for mind, and tantra is tarine, or to control it. And I was, if I find something more, I'll let you know. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Mataji. In this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam glossary section, it's a mantra. It's written what Prabhuji and Mataji said. The glossary and the end of this Bhagavatam, you can check that. At the end of this book, there is a glossary section. You will find all the some special words used here, and it's described a transcendental sound or Vedic hymn, a prayer or chant, a pure sound vibration when repeated over and over delivers the mind from its material inclinations and illusion. The Vedic scriptures are composed of many thousands of mantras.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we will pause here and continue tomorrow with the next verse. Granthra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.